T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys. Good evening, lovely people. Hope you're well. It is Monday, the 18th of October, and that only means one thing. It is Monday Night Live show. We are Kop-Ish. First and foremost, people, make sure you smash the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Got a few things to talk about today. Liverpool have been linked with Dusan Vlahovic. His contract, I think, expires not this summer, but the following summer. So he's going into the last year and a half of his contract in January. He's been linked with us, Man City, and Juventus. Also going to speak about Salah, and is it realistic to expect him to be in with within the running of winning the Ballon d'Or? Also going to talk about squad rotation and Klopp's squad rotation so far this season. Obviously, sometimes he's had to, sometimes he's chosen to. And then we're going to end with talking about the rumours circulating at the moment that Salah wants 400k, and there is talk of Klopp potentially signing a new long-term deal as well. So four very juicy topics for us to get into this evening. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone who's tuned in and everyone who tuned in slightly later as well. If you didn't catch it earlier, we did a preview for the Atletico Madrid game tomorrow evening. So make sure you check that out after this video as well. So Matt, how you doing, bro?
I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. Just looking forward to the game tomorrow. Still, to be fair, still can't get over Salah's goal from Saturday. Absolutely sublime.
Crazy.
Obviously, again, Mane hitting a crazy landmark of hitting 100 Prem goals with no penalties involved. Absolute legend. And yeah, man, I just want to see what's going on with Liverpool, because right now we're in a good place. We've got a massive game tomorrow. And if the rumors are true that Klopp might sign, then why? That is massive. Imagine like a double announcement of Klopp and Salah, Imagine at the same time. Bruv, that'd be crazy.
Crazy. But we will get into that. We're going to start with Dusan Vlahovic, though, Matt.
Yeah.
So the Fiorentina striker, probably brought to our attention mainly in the summer. A lot of people were shocked that he stayed at Fiorentina. A lot of people expect him to move. There was rumors of us, Inter Milan, Manchester City, especially after they didn't get Harry Kane. I think Juventus were talked about. Borussia Dortmund was spoken about if Haaland left. However, he stayed put. Now the rumors are that Liverpool, Juventus, and Man City are in for him. However, it is Juventus and I think City who are leading the race, but Liverpool, as the reports say, are lurking in the shadows.
Apparently, just sorry to cut you. Apparently, Newcastle and Tottenham are interested as well. Just thought I'd let you know about that.
Fair enough.
Newcastle, but I don't know whether how true that is. But there's a couple of reports. I don't know how true they are, but it just goes to show you he's a man in. That people want, bro.
Indeed. So, Matt, first and foremost, Vlahovic, what do you think of him as a player?
From what I saw of him, and I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I watch Fiorentina games, because I really don't. The only time I watched Fiorentina was maybe a couple of years ago when Chiesa was there. I didn't really notice him then. I'm trying to think if he was there. I think he come from Partizan Belgrade, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. He looks good, bro. He's had a good season. He had a good last season, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just trying to find his his statistics now and to see what he was doing last season. And okay, it was from Partizan Belgrade. So last season he scored 21. So that's his standout season in all comps. He got 21 in the league in 37 appearances and 21 in 40 overall. And this season he's got 6 in 8. So he's doing well. He's doing well. He's a target, man. Powerful left foot. He's actually more mobile than I think what people realize. He's not as slow as what people think.
Agreed.
He ain't that slow, people. He's a powerful runner. He's not like, obviously, he's not like
an Mbappe.
An Mbappe or even a Salah or a Mane. But I'd say he's faster than Firmino, probably.
Maybe. I think Kev puts it perfectly, Matt. He says he's a younger version of Olivier Giroud with pace for a big man.
That's a very good shout, you know. Or even, what about, who did City have? Who was very underrated? Dzeko. Maybe like a Dzeko. Because Dzeko was, when Dzeko first come to City, you didn't really see a lot of his pace, but Dzeko wasn't the slowest striker in the world. He just I think maybe his style made him look a little bit slow. But I'll say Vlahovic is faster than Dzeko. And he's obviously faster than Giroud. He's powerful. We can hold up the ball. He's good in front of the goal as well. Eye for goal. Link up play is not too bad either. I would say right now, if you're looking for an upcoming striker who looks like they could reach that next level, he's one that maybe you should gamble on if you can get a good fee for him, especially if he's not about to sign his deal. I can't even lie to you.
Yeah. Will Flex says breaking protest for the Sunday games. Yeah, do you know what? We'll touch on that as well, actually.
Yeah.
We will touch
on
that.
Sorry, someone just put in his comments. Sorry, Kat. Someone's put in the comments. Tommy said Ivan Toney or Vlahovic. I don't know if you talk about pace, but if you talk about pace, I'll say Vlahovic is faster than Ivan Toney.
You say he's faster than Toney, yeah?
Yeah, he's faster than Toney.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, I think Vlahovic is good. He's probably the striker I would have gone for realistically in the summer. I've made no bones about it. There's no secrets who I want at Liverpool. It's Erling Haaland. Yeah. However, it looks extremely unlikely. If we were to go for an out-and-out striker, I'd probably look at someone like a Dusan Vlahovic. Because
Dusan Vlahovic,
because he's tall, he's mobile, he's strong on the ball, he's got a fantastic shot, and he's something very different to what we have right now. And I think he could really enhance what we've got. Dare I say, I don't want us to become a spam merchant team or of crosses, but sometimes when your back's against the wall, you need a player up there who's going to just ruffle a few feathers in the box. And even if he's not the one who's necessarily on the end of it, he could be the one that could literally cause havoc in the box. So the ball might not fall to him, but he's occupying their main centre-back or two of their players and someone else is free and we get a goal from it. So I would not be upset if we got Vlahovic. However, obviously the main one for me would be Haaland, but I just don't know. I mean, and here's the thing, it's difficult to speak about strikers at the moment because of the form of Firmino and obviously Jota last season as well. Like, it looks as though we've got two very, very good and able finishers and strikers. I mean, obviously we've got to play out the rest of the season. I mean, Firmino's in hot form at the moment. But I mean, I don't think there's many people in here who'd say no to Haaland coming in and starting at Liverpool ahead of Firmino. Not because we think Firmino's rubbish. We just think that Haaland is a supreme striker. So
he's just a killer, isn't it? Haaland's just a killer in front of goal, bro.
Menace in front of goal. So it'd be interesting. I mean, if we were to go in for someone like a Vlahovic, Matt, is there anyone else you'd want to consider who realistically, obviously you can speak about your Haalands and Mbappe, but we know that's not going to happen probably.
Other strikers, I'd say kind of realistic. I don't know if Lautaro signed his new deal. So if let's just say he hasn't, there's a possibility maybe we could get him. I do like the look of Correa, even though Correa again is not an out-and-out striker. So then again, when I think about it, maybe not. I know someone did say Toney. Now, the thing is with Toney, I like what Toney brings to the table.
Yeah.
But I want to see Toney play in a 4-3-3. Remember, he plays with a strike partner. I think he works well best with a support striker. And I'm wondering whether that's how you get the best out of him. And currently, we don't play with top. Obviously, things can change down the line, whether, Klopp is here. Not formations do change, but I just don't see it right now. So I wouldn't go Tony because I feel like he may get slightly isolated. Whereas when you got that second striker in and around him at all times, I feel like Tony's best there. Another person someone actually brought up, I just saw it a minute ago. What's his name? That's it. Yeah, Isak. I like him. I really do. He's good. He's
signed a new contract in the summer though.
Has he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
He signed after the Euros, he signed a new contract.
Well, if that's the case, then realistically, is Vlahovic? Andre Silva just got sold, didn't it, to RB Leipzig? So he ain't going.
How much would you say Vlahovic would go for? Considering he's got a year and a half left on his contract, but he's in red hot form and had a really good season last season. What sort of fee do you reckon?
I reckon because Italian clubs may not be blessed with cash, 40 plus maybe.
You reckon that do? I think it might be closer to 50,
Because if he's kind of this is how I look at it. If a player says he don't want to sign, and then the club come out and say he ain't gonna sign, they're gonna try a bidding war. They will try that. But if he isolates himself and says, "I just want to go to one club," that's why I feel like it works in our favor. Because if he says that I just want to go Liverpool, then that bidding war stops, and they kind of have to accept what's given to them in reasonable right. But I reckon 40 with add-ons could get him if he ain't gonna sign and he says, "I want Liverpool." If he doesn't though, and it's an auction, then you're right. I reckon it's 50 plus.
Yeah, you might be right. Got a super chat here. So Drifty has the most legendary reaction from King Mo's goal. Blessings, fellas. Yeah, no. If you did manage to catch the goal reaction video, that was a laugh.
Epic.
Even me just putting it together was an absolute laugh. I enjoyed that. Mr. Four String says just tested positive for COVID and have our first baby in 15 days. Thanks so much for all the hours of laughter you've given me. Could you wish me luck with the baby and recovery? Much love, guys. I'm not going to wish you luck. I'm going to say you've got this, bro. You've got this. Recover well, and all the best for becoming a dad in a couple of days. Indeed. Well, in 15 days. All the shout outs and blessings to the missus as well. So we're going to drop the beat for you, bro.
Indeed, bro. Get well soon, bro.
You'll be good, man. You'll be good. You've got this, man. You got this. What I will say is get the sleep in now, because when the baby comes, as me and Matt will tell you,
sleep gone.
Sleep ain't happening. So everyone in the comments as well, just give a shout out to Mr. Four String as well. So yeah, shout out to yourself and shout out to your family and the new addition as well, bro. So all right, Vlahovic were to sign. Is that the absolute end of Mr. Origi? In fact, I'm going to swap it around. Is Vlahovic better than Origi?
As things stand statistically, yes. But first of all, I don't know how easy Vlahovic would adapt to the Prem, even though I think he would. He probably would do better than Origi. He would. Because I think he looks more clinical. And that sounds like he looks more clinical, but just going by what I saw of him a little bit, he does look a bit more clinical than Origi. I don't know, man. I think if Vlahovic comes in, though, it is the end for Origi, because what other striker or what other attacking player is he going to replace? He ain't going to replace Mane. He ain't going to replace Salah. It's going to literally be down the middle, and he ain't going to replace Firmino because Firmino's skill set is second to none, and he's different. He ain't going to replace Jota. We just signed him. Divock Origi's still in the book, so it would be Origi. It actually would. And here's the thing: there's no guarantee that he would do better than Origi. There's no guarantee. We can only go by what he's doing in Serie A, and he does it week in, week out for them. And I think that's another thing where it's hard to judge Origi. This ain't even me sitting on the fence, but how do you judge a man that hardly ever plays?
Yeah.
And he has good games and he has bad games. So it's like, are we being a bit like harsh with him because he hardly ever plays? And then if he has a stinker, it's like, well, he needs to get that rhythm. Whereas you're comparing it to someone that plays week in, week out and has confidence. I think there's a very big difference. But I will say this though. I do think though, if he was to sign, I will be surprised if Origi was still here. Because Origi's contract ends next summer, but may have an option to extend.
Yeah, there's
for
an option to
2023.
extend. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you saying about the whole situation? If Vlahovic was to come to Liverpool, do you think that's the end for Divock Origi? Or do you just think
I think it would be. Here's the thing. I know, look, I'm not Origi's biggest fan, but I also don't agree with people who say he's absolutely rubbish and washed and we should just sell him for 5 pence and all this. That's not what I think. I think we've outgrown Origi as a player, in my opinion, because we're not a top 4 chasing team anymore. We're a title chasing team, and I don't think Origi necessarily fills that category. However, it's for me, if Origi's going, I do think. In fact, I'm not going to say that because I know what that's going to do. What I will say about Origi is, I think that Vlahovic may be able to offer us more in terms of us being a different proposition. I know Origi's tall and he's built and he's strong. I don't necessarily think he uses that though in his gameplay. Like you would never just throw the ball up to Origi in the air and say, right, hang on to this trap list and bring others into play. I don't really think that's his game. I think his game is running in behind, is causing havoc in that way, is getting on the end of things, not as opposed to really getting involved in the play, in the build-up play and trapping the ball, spinning off and then running into the box. I don't think that's ever been his game. He's always been someone who likes to drift over to the left-hand side because then that way he can come in and cut in on his right foot and have a wider angle to shoot from. Whereas Vlahovic for me is very much direct. If I get the ball and trap it and hold off a defender, I'm going to pass it out to someone and I'm sprinting into the 6-yard box so I can get on the end of it, which is what Firmino's been doing so far this season, why he's been getting goals.
He's been a tapping merchant
for
Bobby. Yeah,
and that to me shows it kind of defeats the narrative that we can't play with an out-and-out striker because if we look at Bobby's goals so far this season, the first one was Norwich tapping.
Yeah.
Then he scored again. Obviously, the 3 at the weekend were all tap-ins.
Yeah.
And this is not me trying to take anything away from Firmino. You guys know what it's like. Firmino's guy, innit? But we have to call it how it is. They're all tap-ins. And it just shows if you have an out-and-out striker, we are still going to get goals. So why not go and get the best or one who's specialized in that, should I say?
Yeah. No, let me ask you this, because I was thinking about just now as you were speaking, Klopp has developed Trent. He's developed Robbo.
Yeah.
He's developed, in my opinion, Salah, Mane. When I say developed, just like enhanced, not necessarily like put them on the map.
Made them, but
he's helped develop to the next level, right? All right, cool. But out of all of them, I would say he's developed Trent maybe because he kind of, for me, like Trent Alexander-Arnold really found footing under Klopp, right?
Yeah.
Has Klopp developed Origi?
Oh, Matt. Overall, no.
Reason I say that, do you remember the first game we played against Spurs, Divock Origi started?
Yeah.
I remember Klopp saying after the game, quote me if I'm wrong, people, they said Divock Origi, and he was like, Divock, we're going to have fun with this player. He goes, we're going to have fun with this player. So basically, he wanted to develop him. I'm starting to wonder what happened. Was there a breakdown? Was there, he didn't see, I don't know, like a lack of appetite from Origi? I don't know. But when I generally deep it, it's like Origi, when he came to the club, was 18 or 19 years of age, yeah? And he's 26 years of age. It does make me wonder why Klopp didn't stick with the project. Because in my opinion, Origi was a project, right? He has the tools. He's got pace. He's got power. Very underrated technical ability. But somewhere down the line, Klopp didn't stick with the project. And I'm wondering why, bro. I'm genuinely wondering why. Is it because he didn't have enough time to develop him? Because when we had him, it was him, Daniel Sturridge, Danny Ings, and Bobby Firmino.
Yeah, Bobby wasn't really seen as a striker at first, though, by
Yeah,
Klopp.
so what do you think happened there? Like, I know it's a hard question because you're not Klopp, but just
Yeah.
like, what do you generally think happened with that whole situation?
Kev said it in the comments here, so I can't take credit for this, but
Mm.
all the players you listed have been playing regularly in the starters, so that's one thing. But if you
Yeah.
actually look at the time he's been, so I think the biggest improvement we saw from Origi was Klopp's very first stint as the manager in terms of the 15-16 season where he came in,
Yes.
replaced Brendan, and Origi went on a hot streak. Like he was
Yes.
really good.
7-8 games scoring
And
in
then
a
he got
row, something
injured.
like that. Yeah.
Then Solanke came in.
He was.
But here's the thing.
But
Like
yeah, go, no,
Klopp,
sorry, bro. It's your
Klopp
time.
let
Go.
him go on loan and then Solanke was in the team, which, and again, I don't know if you remember this. I don't even know
Yeah.
if we were both in the barbers at the same time. But I remember saying, shout out to Icon Barbers, Vinny and Rich.
All
I
right, big
remember
up
saying
Vinny
to
Rich.
Vinny,
He's never time.
I don't think Solanke's better than Origi. And he was like, no, he is. And I was like,
Bro,
I don't
well,
think so,
I
Vin.
was there because we were like, no, he's not. We were
Yeah,
like,
he's
Origi's
not.
better than Solanke.
Yeah,
I was
and
like,
Vinny was just convinced. He was like, no, he's better. That's like Klopp's,
yeah.
Klopp's gonna make him. I was like, all right, fair enough, we'll see.
And fair enough, yeah, because obviously it was a 50-50 at that
Yeah,
time, but I still
yeah.
felt Origi was better. I genuinely did
Indeed.
feel like Origi was better. And it's so mad because, in fact, when Origi went out on loan, I remember all of us were like, this don't make no sense though.
And
We're
but
keeping
again,
Dominic Solanke and then loaning
Yeah.
out Origi.
But here's the problem: when Origi went out on loan, he didn't do anything to suggest he was a good player or good enough to come back. He was poor there. He was
Where
really
did he go
poor.
again? I'm trying to remember.
Wolfsburg.
See, here's the thing. At that time, I'm trying to think who was even there that was balling out with him. I know.
But
No,
here's,
but I know
here's
you're
the
gonna say.
example I always use.
Yeah, go on,
Who do you
go
think?
on.
What do you think I'm going to say?
I genuinely don't know, you know.
Okay, because I was going to say Danny Ings went to Southampton and Danny Ings balled out, and I know he knew he was going to go there.
Yeah.
But Wolfsburg and Southampton were pretty much the same level about that time, and Danny Ings showed what he was about.
All right, this is one thing I will say to Origi's credit. I've just got this funny feeling, and again, I'm acting like I'm Origi's brethren. That would be drift, but I just had to. I don't think he wanted to go, bro. I don't think he wanted to go Wolfsburg. This ain't no excuses, but being shipped out to another country, he might be thinking, I don't really want to go there. All I can do is do my best. But maybe it just didn't happen for him, bro. It didn't happen for Minamino at Southampton. Minamino had 2 good games or something like that, and then he came back, and Klopp was still like, Taki's a great player. He got the experience and rare tear. But Solanke was doo-doo.
All right, so here's the thing. So you see when earlier I paused myself from saying something.
Yeah.
That was what I was going to say. But obviously I've got a reputation for hating Taki on the channel. So I didn't want to make it about him. But as you said, like him, like if Origi's going to go, for me, in my opinion, there's nothing to suggest that Taki should be staying either. Because, and look, every player's got a different situation. I get it. But Origi has done way more for Liverpool than Taki. And again, that's not all down to Taki because Taki's only been here a short while. But even still, I've not seen anything yet from Taki to suggest that, you know, like he's going to be tearing up trees or anything like that. Yeah. But at the same time, he plays in a different position to Origi as well. So it's like it's a difficult one. But you're right. I don't think Origi's developed game. But I don't think that's solely down to him. I do think Klopp has to take some blame in there as well because he's not played him in games where I think he could have played him. Yeah,
because don't get me wrong, Origi doesn't get injured loads. He's had a couple of injuries, nothing major.
Nothing major at all.
Nothing major
apart from the Funes Mori incident.
Yeah, that was but that was in obviously really that was years ago now. But when you deep it, he's never really had a run of games. Do you know what I will say he's turned into, but maybe even worse? Remember when Benitez had Ryan Babel and just didn't know what to do with him? Like he would just play Babel one game. Babel was an amazing game. Then he doesn't start in the next game. But I think Babel never played 3 games in a row. I don't think Divock Origi did. That in Klopp's first season. But since then, bro, do you know what it is? As I said before, if and when Divock Origi leaves, yeah, it will always for me be what if or
What if, yeah.
how because bruv, something says to me he's been 26 years of age, bro. He's only 26. But there's more to come from him, you know. It's just that if you're not playing week in, week out, and you're playing very sporadically, and you're playing in a world-class team where you kind of know your manager does have his favorites, you're kind of gonna not feel relaxed, if that makes sense.
Tough. Yeah,
you're not gonna feel relaxed in it. But again, it's up to you to kind of show the manager. But it's mad when you think about it, because Jota came in, and I know Jota was of different profile because Origi was way younger than when Jota came in, and Jota kind of set the Premier League alight, so to speak, in his first couple of pits. Everyone was like, "Raw." We knew Diogo Jota was good, but we didn't know it was this good. And Jota just earned Klopp's trust straight away. Divock Origi earned Klopp's trust back in the 15-16 season. And then after then, he hasn't really. Like every now and again, I'll be like, Divock, I know you still got it. Champions League, you're still the guy.
Yeah.
But then when I'm hearing Klopp at the end of this summer say, we were waiting for offers. Remember when he said we didn't get the offers for Divock?
It's him. I mean, it's obvious, painfully obvious. It's him.
That kind of hurts as well.
It was Origi, Ox, and Taki, I think, were the ones on the market.
Yeah.
Like, it just, for me, it was painfully obvious. And the reason Klopp was probably speaking them up is because he was thinking, right, we need to get some sales, and if we're going to do any work, and
he needs confidence. He needs to make sure that they don't feel a way about it as well. Remember I was saying at the start of the season, like, remember everyone was like, "Oh, but why is Klopp talking about this player?" I'm like, bro, he's got to speak about them in a certain way, because now he has to rely on them at least until January. Like, that's what he has to do. So even though he was very openly honest about Divock Origi, saying, you know, we had offers, and I think to do Ox as well, potentially, I think he said, but he's like, they didn't those offers weren't good enough, but we're happy to keep these players. He basically saying, listen to these players, do what you can. You could have been gone. Do what you can. You might be able to change my mind, but if you can't, you know, you go on your sword and your shield.
Yeah, so I agree. Got a couple super chats to get through. Got a shout out to Chris Brack. So Chris Brack is throwing shade at me and Matt with this. He says, "Evening all. What is more surprising? Bobby scoring a hat trick or Cater playing 4 games in a row? Mad world we live in."
Chris, man,
Chris always got smoke for us, isn't it?
Chris, allow me, please, bro. Like, now we played 4 games in a row.
Played well as well.
He did. Big up Chris each and every time. Big up yourself and your family, bro. Each and every time.
So John Moore says, "Big up, guys. Been looking forward to this show all day. Love you all too much. Big up to yourself as always, John. You know where it is, bruv. Nothing but love." Rahil says, "People forget Klopp never bought Origi. Worst player in League before he came. Never been good enough. It's obvious." I mean, that is true as well, to be fair. He didn't play well in Liga before he came back off.
He was voted in. But I know alone you kind of always think, if the player's not doing well, like, he must be rubbish. But I try not to read too much into it, because you got to look at circumstances, and some people just don't do well on loan, you know. Do you know what I mean? They just don't.
No,
it's just
true.
how it is sometimes.
But it was the club that he knew, though, so it wasn't like a fresh club.
That is true. That's true. Yeah. But maybe, bruv, it's mad because we all have personal lives that people don't know about, and bruv, maybe it's going for some personal.
But even Cater, Matt, when we signed Cater in the last, and we obviously left him at Leipzig for a season.
Yeah,
he wasn't. He didn't have a great season.
Yeah, so very again, up and down.
Yeah, it's that sort of. It's that unconsciousness in yourself where you're like, I know I'm not going to be here next season. What if I go and get a bad injury? Like, not every player thinks like that. Some players are always like on it, but you never know how people think. Mr. Dare I Say It Drift says, get Kessie and Mazraoui or Corona from Porto on a free, and get Yuri. I'm guessing that Yuri Tillemans and Dusan for 40 mil, both last year contract. Nat 12, Nico 10, Taki and Divock 24, Ox/Naby 25. I do not. We can't give away too much with the free transfer. So a little plug for our members. We're going to be doing.
Indeed, I was going to say,
all 3 of us are going to be doing 5 free transfers. We wish we can sign by this time at the end of the season. So Kessie and Missouri or Corona, we're going to hang on to, Mr. Dare I Say It. But in terms of selling Nat, everyone knows my thoughts. I would like to keep Nat, but it's again for me that's painfully obvious. I think we're going to sell him. Nico again, providing we replace him, then I would cash in on Nico.
Same.
Origi and Taki Minamino, again, if we can find the right replacements. Ox, I would cash in. Naby, I'm on the fence with at the moment again.
So you slightly changed, because I remember starting the season you were like, man, I'll be honest with you.
But I've only changed because the player I want, we don't know what his situation is, but I don't want to mention his name because we don't know what's going on with him. You know who I'm talking about, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
I know you're talking
about. We don't know what's going on.
We don't
There's
know.
obviously
We don't
been
know, for real.
like allegations, but
Yeah,
we'll
indeed.
get into it because
I
we don't
still
have
do
that
you remember when I said
clue.
to you, this is Naby Keita's last chance saloon? Like, I was like, this is the season.
Yeah.
Lord, please. If this is the year that he breaks out and does his thing, Bird Gang, everything Black Panther, bro, please just do everything you can to stay fit and just ball out. Just ball out, please. Please, just ball out.
Boy.
Just ball out. Oh my gosh.
Oh boy. Raheel says, when you walk around not bothered with LFC badge on your chest, winds me up. He's never given his all, especially after the last 2.5 years.
Who's that? He never gives all?
This is regarding Origi. See, I don't think I can't agree with that, Raheel, because I do think he loves Liverpool to bits. Like the fact that he does stuff for the community and all that, and
he's got a scholarship in it.
Yeah, he's never spoken a bad word.
No, Ricky loves Liverpool, you know.
I just think players show it differently, innit?
You don't want to leave.
Different players show it different.
Clearly, we're being hacked.
Yeah, we're being hacked here.
By a certain man behind the scenes, just hacking up the place.
Mr. Dare I say, Drift says Tewu is a baller at UB. We should have given him a chance. Yeah, he's another decent player. Liam Kenny says if Taki, Ox, Origi, and Millie were to move on in the summer, who do you guys reckon would realistically come in to replace them? All right, so we've got Taki, Origi, Millie, and
Origi.
Ox.
Did he say? Oh, Ox.
Yeah.
So it's 4 players.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what though? This is what hurts me as well. You know the way how we do business, people. If we let go of 4, that don't mean 4 is coming in. You know.
Yeah.
That's what hurts me right now with the whole. I don't want to go FSG thing. We're not doing that tonight. But the regime, it's not as easy as 4 in. Oh, sorry, 4 out, 4 in. Yeah. I feel like, you know, the way how we're moving, it feels like it'll be 4 out and 2 in. I don't know if you agree with that, Cal. Or 3 at best. I don't see 4 out, 4 in though. I don't see it, bro. So that's one I think I'd need to really think about, because the players got to be versatile.
No, I agree.
I don't know if you don't agree in the chat either, but
I got a shout out to Chris again. Odds on Cal says the winger with 1 knee. Yeah, look again. I'm terrible at keeping a secret in it. So if I'm getting rid of Taki, I'm bringing in Pedro Neto. If Origi goes, realistically, I think Vlahovic.
Mm-hmm.
If Ox goes, you know who I want to say, but again, I don't want to say his name because of what's going on. But the person who plays for Brighton, who's got the alleged allegation, if he's cleared, then him. And then to replace Milner, I probably would go, if I'm being realistic.
Yeah.
Probably go Cantwell because of homegrown.
Okay. All right.
I know it's not the most amazing.
Yeah,
realistically, like
we got to be realistic. Yeah. All right. Yeah. This is me now. All out of them, all 4 players, I'm sacrificing each and every one. I'm getting Rafinha. And if there's money left over, which I doubt there will be, because
yeah, I'm gonna say you sacrificed everything.
I sacrificed the whole budget, but let's say that there was, for argument's sake, I would go and get a Kessie if possible, because he's free. So I go and get Kessie. So I go and get Kessie and Rafinha. But I would love to go and get a Jude Bellingham, which I know we wouldn't get because we'd have to sell. We'll probably have to sell everything to get Jude Bellingham, like absolutely everything. So I'm gonna keep it realistic. Get Rafinha in, sell who you can for Rafinha, and then try and get Kessie on that free contract. That's how I would look at it.
Fair dues, fair dues. Well, people, you let us know as well. If those 4 players were to leave, who would you bring in realistically? We can all sit here and say Bellingham, Haaland, Mbappe, etc. But
Indeed.
that's not realistic, and that's not the way we move, whether we like it or whether we don't. Gonna move on to the next topic now. Salah and this Ballon d'Or talk.
Just quickly, it was very painful because I could hear everything that was being said. It was very painful to not. If I've got a ghost in my house, the ghost is like, all right, bruv, man, they can't hear you. Stop talking. Because I was having to like talk because obviously you lot couldn't hear me. So just quickly on that Origi thing, when he went to Wolfsburg, he came out and said he didn't want to go, and his agent admitted he was forced. That's why he didn't do well when he was at Wolfsburg on loan. When he had the Cal actually said it best. Same with Naby. When you stay at a club for another year, but you know you've got the move already that's in the bag, you don't really want to get injured, and you do get a bit worried about your future and stuff. Naby's a prime example. Naby was not even half the play was the season before because he knew, what's the point? I'm going. I don't need to prove anything, and it's not because he's being unprofessional. It is what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? Matt made a very good point that Klopp hasn't developed Origi the way he should have because he's put a lot more work into a lot of other players. And the thing that's a bit baffling about it is he's never had the patience for him when he's come back from an injury, because an injury has always been what stalled Origi's development. He's never played crap and just been taken out of the team because he's rubbish. He's always picked up an injury, and then when he's fit, he just don't come back in the way everybody else does, which is a little bit weird as well. That doesn't happen. Do you know what I mean? We would have won the Europa League final with Funes Mori never did that injury, because I believe Sturridge and Origi up front would have smashed Sevilla in that game. Origi was on fire. So there's just little things that there's just a few things that I think are very unfair the way people, you know. But you lot were kind of defending him at the same time. You was making points that were like why things have happened the way they have, especially the development match. The development one, Matt, that is very true, because every young player. Do you know what I mean? Even when you think about the fact that when we won the Champions League, Origi was what, 22, 23? He was still classed as a young player at that point. No one's ever looked at him as a young player or given him an excuse they give young players.
In 2019, when we won the Champions League.
It's 24.
Yeah,
it's 24.
No, but I think he only just turned 26 though, right?
Maybe 24.
I think he's only just turned
23 or 24.
That was 3 years ago. So if he's 26, he was 23.
2 years ago, bro. We won it in 2019.
Yeah, but bro, that season there, he would have been 23 in that year. Even if he was 24 by the end of the year, he was 23 that season. And nobody gave him blinds like, oh, he's still young. Nobody ever gives Origi the youth. No, I don't know. It's weird. It's like nobody's ever truly, I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't want to go on a thing because I know we're moving on. But the whole Origi thing, like, you all know how I feel. And just look at that. On the real, just have a look at that. You tell me what other player would not have that level of goal contribution and not be allowed to at least play or be given more time or more of a blight, or, you know, I'm more like let down by the fan base. I'm actually let down by the fact that the fan base are just like quick to like, get rid of him, he's crap. Come on, guys. What has Origi ever done to not be at least just given a blight? I don't know. I find it strange. If anyone else had that level of goal contributions, yeah, that's a goal or an assist, yeah, every 123 minutes.
Nice, serious.
And he barely plays. Like, really, he barely plays.
I think, do you know what it is, Drift? With Divock Origi,
that's fucking impressive. I'm sorry. I know I'm an Origi guy, but that is bloody impressive.
No. And again, for me, I sum it up as this. That's why I asked Kyle the question. And Kyle agreed. What we're saying is that this is how I look at it. He wasn't, for whatever reason, Klopp abandoned the project of developing him. I don't know what it is, whether it was to do with him, Klopp, but Klopp has to take some part of the blame, because you've got a player there who, on the first game that he played, you said, I really like this player, we're going to have fun with him. You say, well, yeah, we're going to give a career, we're going to have loads of fun, Danny's red-tear. Hasn't happened. Obviously, Divock Origi's had amazing stand-up moments, but it hasn't happened. So the way I look at it is this. Something's happened, whether it's on Origi or Klopp, but again, if he was to ever leave Liverpool, it will always be a what if for me, because he never fulfilled his potential and we never got to see the best of Origi, and he never played week in, week out. So we'll never really know the true potential of Divock. But hopefully one day we will see it, just might not be for Liverpool.
And you know what? To the people that are saying last season was crap, from Origi. Yeah, he didn't really have a great season last year at all.
He didn't really play though.
But we know when he did play, all that happened was that 123 minutes. Because if last season, if you took that away, that stat would be even better. So one season where he wasn't really that good, and you can clearly see he was being hung out to dry by Klopp last year. Take away that season, and he's contributed in every year he's ever played, like quite well. The Europa League season massively contributed. Champions League winning season massively contributed, and it's fair to say he kind of had a really good contribution to the year we won the league as well. Whenever he was brought in during that season, you know what I mean. Carabao Cup, he's the only one who really performed well whenever we used to put out teams for the Carabao Cup. I'm sure he's got like 8 goals in the League Cup or something like that. And he's playing with the under 23s and that when he plays in that tournament. And he's still scoring goals. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's move on. But anyone who hasn't got respect for Origi or doesn't put the context into the conversation, I feel like they're being very unfair or they're being ignorant to the situation. Origi is a very good player, man, and he's never been given a chance to prove it.
He's a good player. He's a good player. I've said that.
Rahil says, Gravenberch, Hendo long-term replacement. The player from Brighton to replace Genie and 2 forward sets us up nicely. Agree. Okay. Mr. Darcy Drift says, Yuri Tillemans, the player from Brighton, Rafinha is one option. Then the other side is Neto, Vlahovic, or Martinez.
What? Lautaro?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be Lautaro.
I would personally go Neto and Dusan as opposed
to
just
do you want to know something? Did someone speak about it the other day? I was watching Lautaro the other day, and I can't lie to you. It don't look the same about Lukaku, and that's not saying Lukaku made him great. Lautaro's a good player, but one thing I'll say is I don't know if he's an out and out 9 because he can do the false 9.
No, he's not.
He needs dare I say, yeah, he plays better in a 2. Just plays better in a 2.
That's why it'd be good for a Klopp false 9 thing, though. I think because I think he would drop in and still create space.
Yeah, he could be elusive, and maybe the way how Inter Milan play, like they don't play like that. Like they really don't. That's why they got what's my man's name from Dzeko? Got Dzeko in it. They got Dzeko.
Plus, I think he's got the energy. I think he's got the energy to keep going what Firmino's been doing for the last 4 or 5 years. Like he's younger, he'll come in and have that energy to press from the front and continue the way Klopp likes to play. Because we've got to be honest, Firmino isn't done by any stretch of the imagination. But I think he's got a lot of miles in his legs to keep doing that early press all the time, like how he was 2-3 years ago, of like constantly doing it. Comes a time where you've got to like give the guy a bit of a break from doing that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, agreed. Pimp in Distress says, respect guys, Matt and Drift looking sharp in the match review show. Even heard the beat drop for the shirts. If I'd known that, I'd have put Kopish on the back. You never will cologne. Nah, bless you, Pimp in Distress, bro.
Yeah, bless you have
no
bro.
idea how grateful
Trust
we are. We are so grateful,
bro.
It's been a minute since Pimp's been in the comments as well. Still, well gone, bro.
I'm glad to see he's back as well. Big at yourself, bro.
Definitely.
Blessings again, bro.
It's the least we could have done for you, man. So thank you so
100%, bro.
Mr. Dare I Say It Drift says he turned 23 a month before the Champions League final. Fair dues.
He's turned what, sorry?
23 a month for the Champions League final.
There you go. So he was 22 that campaign. I knew it. Nobody gave him a black for being young, though. No one was like, no, but Origi's young, man. Give him a black. No one would ever say that. And if it was someone like Rashford or whatever, everybody. No, come on. But
joking,
Rashford, Sancho, all those guys, it's always going to be, but they're young, rare. It's always going to be that argument there. No one gave that argument to Origi. Even when he went along to Wolfsburg, that means he's what, 21? No, but he's young. No one ever, you know what I mean? How come everyone else always gets that young excuse or that bly or whatever, and no one ever gave it to Origi? I'm not, anyway.
We'll probably discuss on a different day. Sunny Side Up says people think it's because he isn't a flashy player. Is that to do with Origi? Sunny Side Up, let us know.
That can't be, because What?
It might
I
be
wouldn't say he's a
because
flashy player, but I don't think he's devoid of skill or anything.
I
like
was
that.
gonna say, man's acting like Origi's some dead
no,
out.
but maybe the point he's
Andy
getting
Carroll
at
or
is
something.
sometimes when you look real like silky on the ball, people will give you that little bit of an extra blight if you have a bad game because they think you're techie, if you get what I mean. So like, sometimes that's like people who like technical footballers kind of. The thing is, Origi's actually pretty technical, to be honest. But yeah,
He is. Origi's got good technical ability.
Shout out to Jamie Phillips, Football Chat. He's just become a member. Big up to yourself, Jamie. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel as well, please, people. Rahil says regarding Origi, because he's not shown enough overall. He's better as a bit part player. He can't lace the front for his boots. That's why he doesn't get a run.
I mean, if you look at all the goals he scored in pressure games, I'm not saying he's better than the front three, but I'm saying he's very disingenuous to say that he can't lace up boots.
Yeah, that's a bit unfair because I'm not gonna lie. Like
World Cup at 80, European nights, Europa League and Champions League. Very unfair to say that.
If like Jota, we weren't saying that before we bought him, and I know Jota's done. In fact, Jota's done amazingly well. But I also feel that comes down to the coach trusting him and giving him that confidence of when you play, like I'm gonna reward you. Origi's never really had that reward, so. And Origi stepped in big moments as well. You can't really say that. I just think you can only really judge that if Origi was to ever play like a proper calendar year, something we've never seen as Liverpool fans. We have to sit there and call it black and white. We've never seen a calendar year of Divock Origi where we can sit there and go, right, he had 40 appearances or he had 30 appearances. We've never seen that. We've actually never seen it. So that's a bit.
I'm right in believing he was 20 years old leading the line for Klopp in his first season, right?
Yeah. Said what 20? What, yeah,
he would have been 20 years old leading the line in Klopp's first season.
Around that,
yeah, bro. But that's when Klopp trusted him.
Scoring great goals like that goal against Bournemouth, away at Dortmund, the first goal in the comeback at home at Dortmund, badding up Everton in the derby. 20 years old, playing beyond his years at that time. Because nobody seems to want to... Yeah, let's stop talking about Origi. But just go back and have a look, people, when you really want to slander Origi. I'm just trying to refresh the memory for everyone who's like just got this thing where they just feel like he's a piece of shit. It don't make no sense.
The thing, though, Drift, we keep on referring back to 15-16. It's 2021 now.
No, bro, I'm referring back to even when we won the league, bro. And he's coming in against Everton, catching a brace, scoring goal of the season.
That's my point. No, but that's my point, though. How consistently is he doing it? Because if he was doing it that consistently, if he was tearing up trees in training, maybe he would have got more of a chance. So it can't just all be on Klopp. Like Origi's got to take a portion of it as well. It's 50-50 in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's all on
just
Klopp.
Be on.
It's not. I'm not saying it's all on Klopp. But Klopp's the one who's got to put him on the pitch, though.
No, but there's games where he's played and he's done absolutely nothing as well.
When he hasn't played for like 10 games, Cal, that's the only thing I'm saying.
No,
it's very hard to play well when you are.
Irrespective of whether you play regularly.
No, I disagree, but I think with him...
You've got to show something. You've got to show something.
No, I think he's shown enough.
But then there's no reason for Klopp to bring you back into the team if you don't show anything. So it's got to go both ways.
But when he does, he doesn't get played either. So that's why I think that's a bit of a null and void. Not your point's null and void, but I think to back Klopp, that's a null and void point. Because when he does do stuff, Klopp still don't play him. So it's almost like he can't win, to be honest.
But what's the examples of that? Because I know you're going to say the brace against Everton, but bro, like we've seen other players score braces and hat-tricks and get dropped the next game as well. It's just part of having a squad.
All right. He had I think it was an 8-game run, the only time he's ever played that many games in a row, and I think he scored 6 goals. He got an injury, and then when he was fit, Klopp just didn't play him again. Now, if that was a Jota or somebody else, he would have come straight back in.
Are you talking about 15-16?
Yeah.
That's when Maury injured him, and then he went out on loan after that. So we couldn't play.
But what I'm saying is, so if you had that great run, you were playing well. When you were fit, why weren't you seen as a priority to get back in the team? What is it why you got forgotten about because you had an injury?
Something clearly must have happened for that to happen during pre-season and him be sent out on loan.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just saying. And there's been a lot of times where he scored a brace in the 5-5 game with Arsenal in the League Cup. Wasn't even brought off the bench for the following game. Scored the winning goal against Newcastle. Couldn't even get a game in the last game of the season, or didn't play in the final when Bobby weren't even fit.
Are you talking about which Newcastle game you talk about?
The Newcastle game where we had to score that goal to still be in on the last day of the season with a chance of winning the league, right? He came on, scored the header. He never played the last league game against Watford.
You're thinking of the wrong thing.
No, was it Wolves?
You're thinking he did play the last game against Wolves. He also played. So he played.
He didn't start though.
He started against Wolves. Drift. He played
when Wane got the 2 goals.
He started against Wolves, bro.
Okay, fair enough. I don't remember.
And he also
being
started
on
the
pitch
Barcelona
then,
game. He started that. He started the game against Wolves, and by all accounts,
oh yeah,
he
yeah,
wasn't
of course.
very good.
I didn't want to mention the Barca game because the Barca game is too easy of a like. That's an obvious. If you do well in that game, then you should stay in the team for the final. But anyway,
but he did. He did play in that final game against Wolves.
Fair enough. I don't remember him being in that game, but fair enough.
Firmino was injured. Firmino wasn't available for that game.
Yeah. I know. I just don't remember Origi playing in the game. All I remember from that match is Mane, to be fair. But yeah.
Liam Kenny says, if the Brighton player is cleared, could we even see Klopp wanting to go for him anyway with his apparent track record of being a bit disruptive? I've not heard anything about him being disruptive.
Neither have I.
That's news to me.
That's up to Klopp. I guess he would have to decide on.
He would do his homework. If Klopp signs a player, he does his homework.
He'll do his homework. Like when he went Blackpool with Van Dijk and saw that Van Dijk liked all the Krispy Kremes and the donuts and thought, yeah, that's my guy. Obviously, Klopp when they get ahead of himself, but we still move, and he got Van Dijk in the end, innit?
For real.
So we see what happens.
Khalid Hassan says, Gaitan Laborde, check his stats, should come on the cheap. Never heard that player, so I can't say. Is Gaitan Laborde.
I've heard of Gaitan that used to play for Benfica. Remember?
No, it's not that one.
I know it can't be that brother, because that brother.
He's much too old now. I don't even know if he's still playing football anymore.
Can't be.
John Moore says, I definitely got to get me a hat for the winter drifty. Already getting a bit cold walking the little one to school. Loving the show. Much love, guys. Big up to yourself, John. For anyone who wants to grab any merch, check out the link in the description on YouTube. Go straight to the merch.
It is definitely warm, I'm telling you. It is. And I'm not even trying to plug the thing. It is very warm. Very nice and snug.
Quad Duke says Origi scored 5 in 5 second season when he got on a run. Second season, when you say second season, must be the season that Klopp came in, because the season after that it was at Wolfsburg.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think he means
that might have been when he had the 7 games in a row when he got the 5.
It's got to be that one, surely.
Yeah. Ash says, listen to what Klopp even said today. He said Bobby is key to the system. Origi ain't Bobby. He's never going to be key. For Origi's sake, move on and play. He will look back and think, what if?
No, I agree. He needs to move on to get his career now. You lot have heard me say that before. I'm not blind to the fact that he's clearly not going to get the love he needs at Liverpool. It's just, what if? Matt said it best. It's a massive what if. And when he goes on to do well for another team, just like we did with Danny Ings, where we look back and go, wow, maybe we should have done a bit more. Except Danny Ings is a rhythm player, which is why I think he needed to go. But I think Origi's kind of proved that he can still play out of the blue and still give you a performance. So what if he was given a run? But yeah.
Agreed. And not only that, just to end on that note as well, Drew, I think when it comes to Origi, what did the person say again? Hold on, I've lost my train of thought. There's something I wanted to say. What was the comment again, Cal?
Which one?
The last one you just said.
To move on for his own benefit, and he's not the system.
Yeah, that's it. Sorry. Origi and Jota are not systems. Like, I don't think you have to be a system. So I kind of slightly disagree with that comment, but agree with it at the same time. Bobby Firmino is a system. Very different type of player. Divock Origi is an out-and-out striker, in my opinion. Like, we don't look at Jota and go, he's not the system, so therefore he can't play there or shouldn't be allowed to. So I fully understand where you're coming from in terms of, you give praise to Bobby, but I don't think we should be disingenuous to another striker who isn't the system. I think sometimes we're a bit hooked on that as well. Like when we talk about Bobby Firmino, him being a system, don't mean to say that we can't play other players that can still do a job. Do you know what I mean?
And Cal made a great point the other day. He wasn't necessarily playing the way he normally plays. He was being a bit more predatory-ish, and he got a hat-trick. And I've always said, Firmino, do what you do, but just make more runs into the box, bro. There'll be goals for you. And look, he went and got a hat-trick when he did it. All 3 of those goals were Haaland goals. Just being there where he needed to be, bang, tapping, running away, celebrating. If Firmino did that more, Firmino would bang way more goals. You know what I mean? Way more goals.
Wolflex, have you guys been through the protests on Sunday? No, we will be getting to that. Quad Duke says, was Klopp's first full season, which was Origi's second? Okay, no, that was still Origi's first season.
Yeah.
That was still Origi. We signed Origi and then we loaned him straight back to
No,
Lille.
he's right, guys. Because when Klopp first came to the team, that was the year Origi got injured by Fulham Moores.
Yeah, that was Origi's first season at Liverpool.
Yeah, but that was also Klopp's first season. So if he's saying Klopp's first full season, that would have been technically the second year we had Klopp.
No, Klopp
didn't come in for a full season the first year. He came in halfway.
Klopp's first full season. No, we got to the Europa in Klopp's first.
No.
Yeah, but he came halfway though, Cal. So that's not technically his first season.
So
he's saying Klopp's first full season. Klopp's first full season was the second year Klopp was here technically.
Yeah, and
he came halfway.
And Origi wasn't here. He went on loan to Wolfsburg. It was Solanke.
That wasn't when we signed Solanke.
No, you're right. Sorry, no,
that wasn't when we signed Solanke.
No. He went on loan. Origi went on loan in 17-18.
Yes, the beginning of 17-18.
Yeah,
so 16-17, Origi was there, yeah.
Yeah. 16-17.
I remember him scoring against Arsenal.
And 15-16.
No, setting up Genie to score against Arsenal. So he was in that season as well.
Oh, but there you go. That's just jogging my memory then. So that might have been the season that I'm even thinking about even more, when he had a run and he was scoring, then he got injured and then he wasn't brought back in again after he recovered. I'm just saying it's weird how Origi has runs and then he doesn't play after I don't know anyway.
Marcus Barnes says, good grief, you have to do a show on the day I'm trying to binge watch Squid Game. I've had to park it so I can tune in to watch you guys.
I finished that last week, Squid Games is kind of mad.
I'm on episode 6 or 7. I'm not gonna lie, it takes a lot to stop. Yeah, it does. Something always comes up when I've got to park it for a minute. And you know what? I don't obviously I'm not gonna give anything away, but whatever the episode was, the last one I watched, it was emotional as fuck. I'm just leaving.
I'm not saying nothing. Not saying a word.
Khalid says Laborde's the top scorer in the league, 116 goals and 8 assists. It can't be 116 goals and 8 assists in 20.
I think he means in League One. League One, 16 goals.
I was going to say 116 goals.
Yeah, who's got 116 goals, fam? Some cyborg.
All right, so let's move on, guys.
Yeah.
Salah for Ballon d'Or.
Why not?
Can it happen? Should it happen? Will it happen?
No, it's not gonna happen.
It can't happen.
I'll tell you why it can't happen. I'll tell you why it can't happen. This is why for me it can't happen. Last year, because remember, it's for the calendar year. It's not just like the season, yeah. It's for the calendar year, yeah. Salah's had a great calendar year. Where we finished third, he still played very, very well and was still, in my opinion, our best player. And this season, he started like a man possessed, like, I want to win every award possible. And fair credit to him. That's why he's put himself in the race even more so. But the problem is, when you got Lewandowski, who has been absolutely amazing, and Lionel Messi, you got to take away, you can't take away his Barca stuff that he done, because you got to count that in as well. It's hard to put him in there. But as things stand, he's the best player in the world. The reason why I know it will forever be hard for a Liverpool player to ever win in Ballon d'Or again since Michael Owen, I think in 2001, yeah? Virgil van Dijk, 18-19. Best player in the world, in my opinion. Because I know, here's the thing. I just want to ask a judge. How do you decide whether Messi or Van Dijk gets it? Because Messi scored a bang load of goals. He got a bag load of assists. But we had a defender who got a mad amount of clean sheets. No one was able to dribble around him. Everyone was scared of him. And he changed the landscape for a team. So which one did you pick, brother? Oh, well, we're going to have to go Lionel Messi because Lionel Messi's been amazing since day and he doesn't play for Liverpool.
Did Barca win anything that season?
No.
Did they not?
No.
Not even nothing. Must have won something.
In the 18-19, I don't think they did. I'll double check now. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. I don't remember them winning nothing.
Do you want to know what was really telling? Do you remember when we were going through? I can't remember. It might have been a members
people
video.
in the comments, let me know. Let me know.
We might have been.
Aziz says no. Someone said yes, they did. The league. Hold on, they won the Liga, I think, in 18-19. Are you sure? They won the Liga. 18-19.
Like couple people.
So they won the Liga. Did
Well,
they?
the year we won the Champions League does sound about right. I think
Barca
they
won the
did win
league
the
and the
league, yeah.
Copa del Rey.
Because remember,
All
they were able to rest all of their players before the
All right,
second
cool.
leg
They won the league,
because
but I
they
thought they
had
lost
the
Copa del
league
Rey.
wrapped up already, I think.
All right, so they're saying, all right, so from what it looks like, La Liga is what they won. And fair enough. If they won La Liga, I can't say nothing to that. They won La Liga, Messi got 50, boom. But this is one thing I want to know, how you gauge who should win it. So you've got one player.
So pause that, Matt. Pause that, because this is where I want to come to you next. Does the whole Ballon d'Or thing need to be sort of not ripped up and started again, but does it need to be analyzed and reanalyzed in terms of, should it be per sort of area on the pitch where someone wins as opposed to just one player? Because as you just said, how do you judge a goalkeeper against a striker? How do you judge a defender or a right back against a left winger? It's kind of unfair, which is why when we always speak about players, we usually say we think so-and-so is the best player in the world in their position as opposed to just the best player in the world. Because how can you say, I don't know, Virgil, who's the best centre-back, is any worse than, let's say, bloody Fabinho, who we think is the best DM in the world? Like, it's not a fair comparison. So should we now be looking at changing the criteria and the format? But also, guys, another question I want to ask you. Should the Ballon d'Or be decided per calendar year or the end of a season?
I think end of a season.
Yeah, I think end of the season as well.
Because, bro, here's this now. Guys, listen to this. So, Barcelona won La Liga. And sorry, people, I did get that wrong. Liverpool won the Champions League. I know you can't do a head-to-head thing like it's basketball, right? But you see Champions League, Virgil knocked out Messi. On top of that, we knocked him out at the Champions League, bro.
And we missed out on the league by 1 point. So it wasn't like we got left behind.
That's what I'm saying. No, but we knocked them out the Champions League in direct competition. So when the best attacker came across the best defender won his tie, so to speak. Can't say game because they won the first leg, we won the second leg, right? But in terms of a tie, like say there was a tiebreaker. Because I don't understand how you always give it to the goal scorer, but then a defender never gets praised for doing what he's supposed to do, getting clean sheets and transcending a team. Not only that, and then you're making up stats saying this defender never got dribbled around. They're making it a massive thing. Of course it is. So it's always going to be.
Do you want to know what's mad? Yeah? I think it was a members video when we were doing it. I'm sure it was a members video. It might have been a live video. But basically, we realized that in that season, we won the Champions League. Virgil won 32 out of 32 take-ons. As in when somebody came up against him one-on-one and tried to beat him, he won 30. I think that must be the first time that's ever happened in the history of football. That a defender has never lost one-on-one take-on in an entire season. I don't even think your Beckenbauers and your Cannavaros and your Nestas, you'll go and look statistically, and there wasn't at least one time they were beaten by the forward or the midfielder in a one-on-one take-on. 32 of them as well. One that Virgil only did like 8 or 11 or so. 32 times in a season, somebody tried to take him on one-on-one and lost. That is impeccable. That is absolute. I think it says something like 94% aerial duels won. Like I remember going through the thing, I was like, hold on, he looks like this isn't real. This looks like when you write the script to a movie and you're just making the guy sound fake for the sake of the movie. Like this is like Drago. You know, you're just trying to make the bad guy so great that when the good guy wins, it makes it even better. Yeah. Like Virgil come like Drago. You're like, hold on. 94% aerial duels, no take-ons lost. Rare. You're like, raw, this guy isn't real. This ain't human. So you're right, Matt. What are we doing here? We're glory hunting. We're doing the whole thing, what everybody does, where you'll get man in the match because you scored a goal, even if you didn't have a good game. And I know goals are the most important currency in football, but we're not giving respect to any other position on the pitch if we're only going to glorify the goal scorer. Do you know what I mean? Like for me, that is, and the other thing that is quite strange in my mind as well, yeah, is, you know, like the Oscars, you know, where there's a lot of dubious things that go on in the Oscars and everybody always feels like that should be boycotted and there should be things. I'm not going to lie. I'm not even trying to start anything or go down that road. But you see the Ballon d'Or, I'm getting a sneaky feeling there's some very strong similarities. Because, like, I'm even trying to go through my mind and think about the last time someone from a certain continent won it, or someone of a certain complexion won it, or I don't know. there's a few things in my opinion that have to be also weighed up, and I don't want to go down that road, but I think it's a very strong argument that there could be some possibilities that also has something to do with it.
Listen,
here's the thing. Messi was actually quality that he was actually quality that year, but to say
he was, yeah.
But here's the thing: are you judging a player based on that one season, or are you judging them based on their career? Because if his career, then Messi and Ronaldo are never going to lose in the Ballon d'Or until they retire. Apart from that Modric season where he won it, and again, even with that, I don't think he deserved to win it. But here's where they shoot themselves in the foot.
Did Modric win it when Salah had that 17-18 season?
Yeah.
But here's the thing: this is where they shoot themselves in the foot because Modric won the Champions League but lost out narrowly in the World Cup final. Virgil too won the Champions League and lost out narrowly in the Premiership. So again, what's the criteria here? Because if you're saying Modric should win it, but Virgil shouldn't, when I'm pretty sure Messi had a great season that Modric won it as well. What are we doing here? To me, and again, Drift, I hear what you're saying. To me, it's not even about that though. To me, it's about the club you play for. Because I think Jamie said in the comments, Virgil pulls up that sort of season at Barcelona, he wins the Ballon d'Or.
100%.
Because that sort of season at Real Madrid, he wins the Ballon d'Or. Bro, it's not a coincidence that players who play for those two clubs are usually the ones that win the Ballon d'Or. And that's where I leave it about those two.
Unpopular opinion, you man. Modric actually only had a good end of the season as well. You see, the first half of that season, it wasn't that great.
No, we know this though.
It wasn't that great. It really wasn't that great.
Know.
Drift, who's been spoken about right now as getting a Ballon d'Or?
Kante.
No,
the other Jorginho.
Oh, Jorginho.
Same thing, bro.
Another example.
Are you telling me from January to whatever he was world class?
Actually, sorry, yeah, that's the thing that reminded me as well. Yeah, Kante should be ahead of Jorginho if you're talking about importance of the trophy that they won. Do you get what I mean? Like in my opinion, anyway. But what? Because they won the Euros, that means that it's Jorginho. Is that what it is?
Let me ask you like this as well.
He was good, but he wasn't even Italy's best player in the Euros.
This is what I'm saying.
How many games did we lose, Carl? You would know better because you know the stats. In 2018-2019 season, Carl.
One game in the league.
How many games did we lose? One. But I'm
one
Premier League game. Are you talking about overall? Are you talking about
overall in that season?
In that season,
can you remember?
So in the Champions League, we beat PSG in the first game. We lost to Napoli.
We lost 2, Carl, I think. Well, I think we lost 2.
And we lost to PSG away. So yeah, you're right. We lost 2 games in the Champions League.
Barcelona away.
Barcelona. This is where it counts. So we lost 1 in the league, yeah, and 2 in the Champions League, yeah.
3 in the Champions.
So 3 overall. 3 overall. Sorry.
4 overall. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, 4 overall, right?
So we only lost 6 games. We only lost 6 games in all competitions.
Yeah. So just to clear up, 18-19, we talk about people in 18-19.
18-19. So how many games did we lose altogether? Sorry, just quickly.
6 goals in all competitions.
So if you're talking
6 games, sorry, because you have to only lose once to go out of the cups.
Yeah.
So we only lost 6 times in all competitions.
Do you want to know something? I don't think they even count the cups. That's but we can though. Let's just say
Cup, I don't think
they won't even count that. They'll just count Champions League.
So we lost 4 games. We lost 4 games.
I want to know how many.
Red Star as well, guys. We lost 2-0 to Red Star as well. We lost 3 games in the Champions League.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't that year, was it?
Yeah,
that might have been that Red Star. Nah, remember?
What you mean when we got packed by the wardrobe? Was that the year we won it?
Yeah, it was. We got packed by. All right, so how many is that now? I'm losing count now. What were we on now?
So that means that we lost 5 games all season then.
All season. I want to know what Barcelona, how many games they lost, because I'll tell you from now, I will be shocked if it wasn't the same amount or more than us. Someone please look that up. I'm not going to look at it right now, but this is what I'm saying. We have a defender who arguably has, and it's not because he plays for Liverpool, because if this brother played for, I don't know.
I'll be honest, if he played for Man United, he'd have a better chance of winning it.
He probably would. But my whole argument is this.
If he played for Barca, he would have definitely won it.
He had a perfect season. A perfect season.
There's 3 teams that I think are looked at for Ballon d'Or winners, and that is Man U, Real Madrid, and Barcelona.
I think
if you win outside of
Bayern, sleeping slightly.
No, because Lewandowski would have been given it then. Lewandowski would have been given it then.
Robin, them lot have never won it.
Oh shit!
Lewandowski, but they cancelled the whole thing, bro.
I actually remember a season when Ribery was head and shoulders Ballon d'Or winner and he didn't get it. Yeah.
You're
It's
right.
3 teams. It's 3
That was a
teams.
bad take. You're
And
right.
who are the three
It should be in it,
Who are the
but
3
you're
biggest
right.
clubs in the world, bruv?
For real.
Revenue, man. Money talks.
Revenue.
Money talks.
I'm telling you,
Revenue.
there's definitely some Oscars vibe going on with
Money
that Ballon
talk.
d'Or.
It's
I
a shame,
personally feel
but it
like
is
that's
what it
why
is.
them things
But
are
I don't
actually.
even know if I put Man United in
Look
there.
at one player of the month. For me, that's why I
Barca,
actually think
Real.
those things are just all a bunch of crap now, and I don't even really care anymore. I think the only thing that matters to me is the Liverpool internal player of the year and player of the month, because then you know there's no bias put towards it. You see all the other stuff, it's just all bias. I actually stopped paying attention a long time ago, man. I really did.
Yeah, of course it is. But again, what's gonna garner the most engagement? Like we know which way the world's heading to. Innit? It's all about engagement and all those things, isn't it?
You know that year we won the Champions League, guys. Marcelo and Ramos are team of the year. You know when the Ballon d'Or do their team of the year, Marcelo.
This is what I was going to say.
Come on.
Yeah. That's why I don't put Man United in it. I feel like it's Barca and Real.
Oh,
this
dare
is
I
their
say,
trophy.
great minds think alike.
No.
This is their trophy, like Barca Real. You see, when a Ballon d'Or is announced, yeah, I just think of Barca and Real. Like, literally.
That's all they care about. That's all they care about.
You see Mbappe, yeah? You see if Mbappe has the same season he had last season, but in Real Madrid colours, he's in top 3 Ballon d'Or. 1,000 million %. 100% he's there. Don't
Abdi,
care, he's there.
I know you said Abdi, this is a question for me, but I think everyone on the panel can answer this. Did Cannavaro deserve to win Ballon d'Or when he won it ahead of Pirlo and Buffon? They were better than him for Italy, and Jorginho was better than Kante. He had a way better Euros. All right, so I go first on this one? I don't think Cannavaro should have won it that year, but I kind of understood why he did. When it comes to Jorginho and Kante, he had a better. Yes, Jorginho had a better Euros than Kante, but Kante had a way better rest of the year than Jorginho, in my opinion.
This is what I was going to say. Jorginho's had a better tournament.
You take Kante out of that team, and Chelsea aren't winners of the Champions League without a shadow of a doubt.
But
he
you know
came in, and he's the reason why they beat Real Madrid, why they beat Porto, and why they beat Man City. It was all Kante. I mean, obviously other people chipped in, but Kante is the reason why they won the Champions League. And Cannavaro is a Real Madrid player, so it kind of.
Here's what I kind of leave it here, and I'm not saying this is the be all and end all, but did Jorginho even get close to being in Premier League Team of the Year?
Don't think so.
So now all of a sudden, he should be winning the Ballon d'Or
because he won Champions League.
No, because he won the Euros. Then that because if he won in the Team of the Year, then how was he good enough to win the Ballon d'Or? So we're just looking at if you win the Euros, then that means that you should get the trophy.
Well, no, what's so mad? I don't know whether people will agree with this, but would you even arguably say that Mendy probably deserves it more than Jorginho?
Not last year.
Not based on the calendar. Sorry, Drift. Based on, remember, it's the calendar year, so it's January to December.
Yeah,
Mendy has been
Mendy's impact.
I'll be honest, Mendy right on current form is the best goalkeeper in the Prem right now.
Yeah, but I'm not going to get carried away with this Mendy hype.
I don't think it's hype, Drift. I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm not going to lie.
It will calm down.
No. I'm going to be real. Goalkeeper. Mendy's top still. I'm not going to sit here and say he's the best in the world, but I think for me, Mendy's top. He proved to me that he's
good.
Top still.
He's good, but it will calm down. It will calm down.
No, it might calm down, but we're still going to look at him. Like, see, like, for the end of the season when we'll go, if I said to you, who were the top 3 goalkeepers? I think Mendy would go in at Premier League. You put him in there, you know? You would put him in there.
Yeah. Based on one season, yeah. I'm talking about actual, like, things I'm hearing. I'm saying that will calm down.
Mendy, in my opinion, I think Mendy's good, man. He's good.
Genie Houdini says, fellas, at your peak in a foot race, 100 meter, who comes in last place? Drift, Matt, Cal, Origi, Henderson.
Well, I think last place is Henderson.
Henderson, 100%.
That's disrespectful to the captain as well. Like whoever put his name in there.
Depends. Yeah, over 100 meters might be Hendo.
Someone Chad Force.
I'm not even that. I'm not even that rapid. Like
I'm not gonna lie. I would Drift. I'd finish Hendo. I reckon I'll. Actually, but you don't know something. Origi, do you reckon you could beat Origi?
Yeah, it's between.
I think it'll be out of me and obviously not now. You gotta let me
No,
be in my
no,
peak.
that's what you said.
No, saying peak.
You said it at your peak.
Oh, well, in my peak, I think I would have given Origi a run for his money for winning
I reckon
that
I'm
race.
rivaling second, third because I was fast still, but I'm not winning though. Very good acceleration.
Yeah, I'm not winning that race.
Yeah, I think my fastest ever time was 10.4. I think was the fastest I ever clocked 100 meters. But
that's fast. That's fast.
Yeah, 10.4.
Mine was 11 something. 11 something. That's fast still.
But even 11 is still rapid. 11 seconds for 100 meters is still rapid.
No, it's fast, but that ain't Divock fast. That ain't you fast. That's not.
Yeah, I don't know what Origi's fastest time is. I don't know what his fastest time is.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Origi's meant to be
Hey, Jamie said either Hendo last. Hey, Jamie.
No. Matt would beat me.
I'm not gonna lie. I will blaze Henderson. I'll blaze him. Blaze in my peak.
To be honest, it'd be me or Hendo that come last. But I don't think I would lose to Hendo if I was at my peak.
Man said they wouldn't allow you to. It's like this is Jordan Henderson. I'm ready as a baller, but I am faster than you.
Yeah, I don't think I'd lose to him at my peak personally. But it would be me or Henderson for last. We're not catching the others.
Demo Dre, if you think I'm capping, in fact, you know what? I'm trying to think if I got anything to show, man. I'd have to get back to you, Demo. It's 11.
I ain't got I don't have any childhood footage.
Yeah.
Actually, no, tell a lie.
Drift, if I said you, Drift don't even know what I'm gonna say, but Drift can validate if he knows this name. So by you, we're gonna go about it. Does Croydon Harriers ring a bell to you, Drift?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then I'm not capping. You man know, and this ain't no pre-recorded thing. It's a live thing. I just said a name.
Yeah.
Man's training with Croydon Harriers, bro. It's not a joke.
It's weird actually. I'm not faster than I actually am because my mum and my brother both were good enough to represent England at sprinting.
No, that's gangster.
So,
my mum was fast, my dad was fast as well. So that's what the genes, boy. And my brother is right now. My sister was blitz as well. Still coming from.
I don't know where I got mine from because my dad was a bit nippy in the park and that, but yeah, I don't know where mine came from. But if you was at Croydon Thingy, then you knew about Hercules then.
Yes.
He was at Croydon Harriers. Yeah, that's who I used to run for, bro.
I used to. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I used to run for Hercules still. Yeah.
I swear down. Me and Nathan.
Silver Spring says Salah, Firmino, Mane alone equals 16 Premier League goals. No other Premier League team has scored more than 16. It's what we do. 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 Next topic then, people. Squad rotation. All right, so this is where Jamrock's probably sitting up right now because Jamrock's been a massive advocate of this. Now, in terms of midfield, I think Klopp's mainly been forced into rotation as opposed to through choice. However, defense and attack, there's been very little rotation where he's not had to. Left back, Tsimikas hasn't played as much as we potentially thought he could have and should have. Right back, obviously, that situation's a bit techie because of Nico, but Nico did get injured and Milner would have had to have played there. Centre back, though, Gomez and Ibu have rarely seen pitch time. Up top, Jota and Firmino have kind of been interchanged, but we've seen next to nothing of Taki. Origi, again, has got few and far between in terms of minutes. What's your thoughts on it, guys? But before I do, let me just read out a couple of these super chats. So Himanshu says, I saw today people comparing Salah and Ronaldinho on Twitter. Just got a feeling cows. No. I'm not even reading the rest of that, Himanshu. I'm not involved. I'm not being involved. I ain't seen it. I want no part of it. No, Matt.
Cal, quick question.
I ain't been involved. No, I'm
not.
No.
Cal, quick question. Quick question, Cal. So you can clarify to the people. Cal, who's had a bigger legacy, Cal, on football? Salah or Ronaldinho? Who's had a better legacy, bro? Cal, God, fully hiding. Yo, Cal,
I come out the whole thing.
Come out the thing, you know. Carl, you need to answer this question.
Now I'm back. I'll just get rid of the rest of the super chat so we don't keep the show.
Carl, you didn't answer the question. Who's got a bigger legacy, Cal? Let me put you back in the middle. And not only that, Cal, who's got a bigger legacy in football, fam? Yo, Cal, who's got a bigger legacy, Salah or Ronaldinho?
Ronnie has.
Say again so the people can hear.
Ronaldinho.
What Ronaldinho? What? Sorry.
Has got a bigger legacy than Salah, and I don't think the two should be compared.
Okay.
Until Salah finishes.
I think you've got to let Mo get to the end of his career.
No. I just wanted to see where his heart is. Carl's heart is pure. I knew he would say the right thing.
No, I'm not even going to say that.
You want more time, Cal? We can do this.
No, I don't want any more time.
We can do that for you, bro.
No, I don't want any more time.
Salah has, if I'll be honest, obviously right now I say Ronaldinho, Salah hasn't even finished his legacy yet. So you can't say Salah as much as great Salah's been. Salah hasn't finished. So really, you have to have that conversation when it's all said and done. That's how you kind of, for me, judge.
Plus he'll never win a World Cup, and I think that's what will always help Ronaldinho as well.
Yeah, and I think as well, 100%. But Ronaldinho transcended.
And Ronaldinho was a major part of winning the World Cup. Like, he wasn't a passenger. He was like
transcended
a major part
football as well, bro. Like the arts, bro.
Has Ronaldinho got 2 Champions Leagues or 1?
He's got one.
Is it only the one? That's a crime, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ronaldinho's only got 1 Champions League.
One of the biggest crimes for me is Ibrahimovic not winning the Champions League, you know.
Yeah.
Ronaldo. Oh, no, I never.
Yeah, Ronaldo. Ronaldo's the biggest injustice. But Ronaldo won the UEFA Cup when the UEFA Cup meant almost as much. Injuries. So that's the only thing.
Didn't have injuries at that time like that. That's what I'm like.
And Real Madrid would have won the Champions League that year if Ronaldo never got injured. Remember the season when they beat Man United in the quarters? And then I can't remember who knocked them out in the semis, but Ronaldo missed it. Yeah, when he got a hat-trick at Old Trafford in the quarters, but then he got injured and he missed the semi-final. And I think Juve might have won it that year. I can't remember. But if Ronaldo was fit, Real Madrid would have won the Champions League that season.
Yeah. Peterson says, Matt, have you watched Tokyo Revenger? What animes have you seen?
I haven't watched Tokyo Revenger, you know, bro. When it comes to anime, I'm trying to think. So I've watched obviously Naruto, I watched Boruto, Attack on Titan, what's the other one? One Punch Man.
Oh, it was Milan.
In terms of movies like Ninja Scroll, Ghost in a Shell, it goes way back. I'm big in anime, but I haven't watched some of the latest stuff that you guys might have seen recently. So I need to catch up on stuff like that. But yeah, Full Metal. No, I haven't watched Full Metal actually. I haven't seen Full Metal. I ain't seen that still. Jamie said anime is dross, you know.
Drifty's face when Mo scored. I've only seen it. I've only seen it on P Hub.
Man said on P Hub, you know.
You know what?
Can't use that word. On
no, I know. It's not
in the last 2 league games, Salah has his goals have brought me joy that in the moment you can't explain.
Even the assists, both
assists for me set trend.
No, but you see, you know that euphoria, is probably the best word or the biggest brainiac word I can think of where you go to in a moment. And most 2 goals have taken me to that level of euphoria of unbridled joy. I look back on it and I'm like, I remember the feeling, but I can't explain the feeling because the feeling isn't something that has a base, you know, I've got a tingling feeling. You know, sometimes there's things you can say. I don't know what that feeling was. It was just unbridled joy. It was, man.
Jeannie says, I was going through some of Salah's amazing goals, and that Namela dive when we played Tottenham still pees me off. That cost us the win.
I was there.
What a dive! What a dive from that little cheating shit. Van Dijk didn't even touch him.
Yeah,
didn't even touch him.
Jamrock says Naby against Real made me look at Klopp sideways.
But that's one game.
It didn't at the beginning of the game, but it did at half time.
You know what I was saying? In regards to Salah,
yeah.
There's an argument to say Salah's top 10 might be up there with Coutinho's or Suarez's, dare I say, may potentially be better than their top 10s.
Top 10 what? Top 10
goals for Liverpool.
I would probably put only
Yeah.
Suarez above him in terms of the variation of the goals, because
I'm
I
talking
think
about top 10 though. Top 10. I'm not saying
yeah. I
necessarily
think Suarez's top 10 is probably the best we'll ever see. Suarez's top 10 is dumb. It's actually dumb.
No,
Because
it's
when
crazy.
it is, there's a variation. Like there's a header from the edge of the box. There's a controlling the ball and going around the goalkeeper. There's a volley from the halfway line. Like the variation of Suarez goals is just dumb. It's just dumb.
But we talk about top 10.
Yeah. I think Suarez probably needs a top 20, Cal, if I'm being honest with you.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to actually say, Cal, right now?
I'm trying to say,
yeah,
Suarez is top 5. I don't think anyone else touches, but a top 10, I think.
It's still Suarez.
I think Mo might have a case.
As sensational as Mo is, there's still quite a similarity to what would be considered his best goals.
No, Drift, there's not, bro. I got to stop you there, bro.
No, because 4 of his best goals off the top of my head are actually very similar goals.
All right, but then I can say, for example, the Roma one, for example, where he just put it in the top.
No, John, it is. If do you know what? I don't
That's
know
still
why.
a little bit in the similar mold, if you get what I mean.
I don't want to keep saying it because Mo has some crazy bangers. But
Mo's moments are sensational. There's no doubt.
Some of Suarez's goals, when you look back at them, they're the fakest stuff you've ever seen. I'm giving you an example. Was it getting Stoke or something where he just nutmegged the guy, bent it top corner outside the box? Yeah,
that was dumb.
Then you've got things like
the header against West Brom, I think it was, from the edge of the box.
Yeah,
he scored in the top corner.
Bruv, Ali Sissoko went to cross the ball. It got deflected, and Suarez headed it from outside the box. Then you've got Suarez. Then you got a Suarez free kick where we're going to take it from Europa or the Premier League against Man City. Then you've got things like he's got his own Norwich compilation. He's got a Norwich mixtape, bro.
Salah Chelsea.
No. That was a beautiful goal.
Right, let me ask you this. How can a player get the ball, flick it over a next man's head?
Yeah, that's mad.
Leroy Fer. And
he's got the best. He's got the best 1, 2, and 3.
Volley into the top corner.
1, 2, and 3.
But it's just the fakest. Do you want to know something? The first time he ever played Norwich, he already displayed the first 3 tracks of his mixtape. Do you remember, Cal? The right foot. Remember the first time he played Norwich? It was right foot, left foot, and from halfway line.
Was that his very first game against Norwich?
First game against Norwich, bro.
Guys, let's think about the goal that he scored in the first season when he outsided and booted it from literally the byline. He was at the byline. I think he megged the guy, ran, and then he was at the byline. How did he even squeeze that in?
You know, I might stand corrected. Suarez might not be
Suarez level of goal scoring is some of the fakest stuff you will ever see.
The Tootsie roll against Newcastle, I still think defies logic, if I'm being honest with you. Like, to me, that defies logic. I don't know how you control the ball on your chest that's coming from behind you. I don't even know how you do that.
It's just mad, bro.
I stand corrected.
But Mo's got a sensational catalogue, Cal. You're right. Mo's catalogue is sensational. Better catalogue
than Coutinho.
Yeah, probably. Because again, Coutinho's goals are very similar.
Gerrard and Suarez, they're in their own like.
Yeah, because their variety is crazy, but I think it's the
variety. It's the variety. Because Coutinho's like Mo, where they're sensational goals, but a lot of them are quite similar, if that makes sense, or they're of the same type of goal. If you get what I mean.
Go back and double check Mo's ones. I slept on a few of his still.
Bro, do you remember the one against Norwich where we got remember the kit where it's like kind of like navyish purple? And like,
where he won the ball, nutmeg someone, and outside of the boot around the goalkeeper.
It's illegal, fam.
Yeah. Jamrock says Naby's only played 70 minutes since February. Had only played 70 minutes since February. Yeah, we get you, Jamrock. We get you. This is
I hear what he's saying, but he's played 4 games in how many days? I don't know, but. He's looking all right.
Genie says, who has the best shot from outside the box in the world currently now that Coutinho is in someone's basement?
Outside the box.
Messi still.
Yeah, probably. I think Harry Kane goes in the argument. Harry Kane's pretty good from outside the box.
Messi's different, bro.
No, but he said currently. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to think over the last, say, 6 months or so.
I'm
Harry Kane's pretty good from
gonna
outside
put
the
a
box. You know?
wild card. Props to De Bruyne. A wild card for me would be, you're gonna think I'm mad, but I think this guy can just shoot on sight, is Dominic Szoboszlai from RB Leipzig.
No, that's a shout.
He can, bro. Trust me. I actually win him at Liverpool, you know.
By the way, the best goal
consistency is Messi.
The best goal that never went in. Suarez's volley against Arsenal in 13-14.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, I remember that still.
If that goal had gone in, boy.
Yeah. Dare I say, we would have probably won that game by even more than 5-1 if that goal goes in.
Yeah, we probably would have.
That would have gone really, really ugly, really, really quick. Well, quicker than it did. And
that game let me know that Gerrard gives out the maddest gifts, because he only gave away that penny because he felt sorry for them. That was a gift, 100%.
Samson Nuke says Suarez dribbled past the whole United team. Bundy slander in the comments. Don't start agendas between our players.
When Koik got the tap in, that was disgusting. Do you remember?
We're not trying to start agenda, but asking
I'm not trying to start an agenda. There's a question to be asked.
It's a question.
Like,
not trying to start no agenda.
Shout out to Rams in the chat. Hakan Shononoglu.
That's a good shout. But don't sleep on Dominic Szoboszlai. Absolute. Trust me.
Ash said, 1st of January, African boys leave for a while. You're offered Hazard, Bale, Ramsey, Tolisso, Cardi, Brandt on loan. You can take 2 max or stick with your squad. Who you taking, boys?
Bale couldn't play for us. Hazard is looking like he might be done. Ramsey is doing okay, but I don't think Juve even want to keep him at the moment. Cardi, I ain't letting nobody else. I'm so glad he got a taste of his own medicine as well. You see that his wife left him. The wife he stole from
from Maxi Lopez. Yeah.
Brandt, he ain't doing I don't know, you know. That is a long list of nobody wants.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm taking Hazard and Tolisso.
Really?
Would you take? I don't know.
I'm putting out on a limb and hoping Hazard can give me a bit of magic.
I was gonna say, because this is Eden Hazard 2021, not Eden Hazard Chelsea.
I know.
I'm not gonna lie. I watch Hazard play for Real Madrid now, and I actually feel like it's not even the same player. Like I look at him, I'm like, that's not Hazard. That's not Hazard. That is what you call fell off a cliff. And I'm not saying it's his fault, but that is what you call fell off a cliff. That guy does not even look a shadow of the guy that I thought was the best in the world at one point.
No, I think Drift, you got it slightly wrong. That is his shadow that he left. It ain't him.
Samson Luke says, not you guys. The genders in the comments. Bless you, bro. Bless you.
Bless up, bro. Bless up.
All right. So squad rotation. In a nutshell, guys, do we think Klopp's getting it right, or do we think let's mainly speak about Ibu and Gomez? Should they have had more minutes by now?
Yeah.
But I don't think it means Klopp's doing anything wrong. I don't know if that contradicts myself.
No, I don't think. No,
it's not, because you look at the results that we had, Drift, and let's be real, we're second in the league and we're doing well in the Champions League. So if you deep it, he hasn't really done anything wrong. Just that we'd like to see a bit more.
Brentford.
Because we know.
Only game where I'd go, Klopp messed up in that match.
Yeah, for real. Because I think we said Van Dijk should be dropped, in it. I think we said...
Not even just that, bro. He should have brought Gomez on a bit earlier. He should have seen Trent getting rushed and done something about it.
Yeah.
That's the only game that I would... you know what? For their aerial threat and their pacing behind, Ibu, I know it would have been throwing him in cold, but he's got the attributes to have helped deal with that situation when you think about it.
Yeah.
In that Brentford game, do you know what I mean? They keep thumping the ball up long. He's got the height. He has the pace. Yeah. I mean, it was a definite pressure cooker, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
No, I agree. A lot of people in the comments say it's development Ibu right now. And it could be a case because you look at Fabinho and Robertson, he didn't start them straight away, gave them a little bit of game time maybe, and then...
He's only 22, though. I think that's what's definitely making it.
It's definitely not a Ben Davies situation.
Oh, hell no. Because we never saw Ben Davies in a...
We never will.
We never saw him play other than a pre-season, innit?
Well, guys, think about it. Robbo and Fabinho, until like December, January time in their first season, we never really saw them. So he's kind of doing what he does, to be honest.
To be fair, though, Fabinho was a bit of a slow burner, but Moreno was actually playing the best football he played in his whole life when we brought in Robbo and then got injured. That's why Robbo came in the team.
And Robbo played once or twice and looked a little rusty, and I think he did need to learn the system a little bit as well. First couple of times Robbo played, he showed his crossing ability, but he looked a bit rusty in understanding his role. I think it just took him a couple months to get what Klopp wanted from him.
Yeah,
agreed.
Milonga says, I don't get this on current form and at the moment narrative about Salah. Nothing he's doing is new, neither goals nor assists. He's top level since he arrived, was robbed of the Ballon d'Or in 2018. Agreed. I think 17-18 was a gift and a curse for Salah. It's a gift because it showed the world he's world class, but it's a curse because it was very unlikely he was going to hit those numbers again. Those were they're kind of once in a lifetime numbers unless you're Messi or Ronaldo. So anything he hit in the next season would have been seen as a flop, even though he was still top goal scorer, joint top
I need
goal
that in the
scorer.
Premier League. Them man, as much as I rate Ronaldo and
they were
Messi,
doing it in La Liga.
they're doing it in La Liga. They're playing Betis and.
Plus, guys, I would also actually add to that I don't believe that Salah has actually been this good creative-wise. I know he used to get the numbers that look good statistically, but I've watched an evolution in his game through the eye test, and I think now his assists are way more structured and are way more like planned now. I think he's becoming creative in his own mind.
I'm gonna be real with you, Drift. Firmino's got a little bit of dirt on his hands still. Salah would have had way more assists still.
Oh yeah, no. I'm not saying Salah wasn't capable of assists. Of course he was. But what I'm saying is, I reckon he used to only assist before when he had to. Whereas now I'm watching the development of his game where he wants to. I'm actually seeing a new Mo. If I'm being honest with you, he looks like he's actually evolving to me.
Firmino's got dirt on his hands, bro. Trust me. I've watched the clips. And again, I love Firmino. So it's not even me trying to build an agenda. Firmino's got dirt on his hands. Mane's got a little bit, but Firmino's out there like this and like I didn't put my hand in a Dutchy pot, but you can see his fingers are burnt.
Yeah, no, maybe, but I still believe that there was some legitness to Mo's greedy. I do. Yeah. Whereas now I don't think he is in the slightest bit greedy. I think now he enjoys giving other people goals. Whereas before, I feel like he always thought about goals and the assist only happened if there was nothing else he could do. And that's what I'm saying. He's actually becoming a player now that I think when he's about 31, 32, we could just play him in the 10 and stop making him have to run all the time. And he can just be creative and go back to his Basel days where he used to play in that hole and he would just create and be like, listen, get that fucking contract done, innit? What are we even waiting on it? Why is it not already done? That's what today's show should have been. Mo Salah's new contract.
Should be done.
Because when I'm seeing people say the contract's done, but they're waiting for the right moment. What do you mean you're waiting for the right moment? Like, it's always the right moment.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
Unless they're going to not buy anyone in January and it's going to be the bullshit Mo's contract is in now.
What I said could happen. Genie Houdini says, does Salah break his own goal scorer record this season? How many goals do you think he gets this season? I don't know if he breaks the record.
I don't think he breaks the 40. Was it 42, 43?
Yeah.
Well, it's 32 in the league and 44 in all comps he got that year,
44.
Right? There's a long way to go till he gets that. Let's pump
What's
the
he on
brakes
7 now? We're at 7 now and we're coming towards the end of October.
I think he's on 10. Oh, you mean just
7
in the league? Yeah, I think he's on 10 in all comps already, though.
To beat 31, I'm not going to lie to you, by end of November, he needs to be on at least
15.
Yeah. Yeah. If he can do that, then we can have that conversation.
Yeah.
And remember, he's going to go to the African Cup of Nations, and there'll be a few games he's going to miss that's going to hold him back.
Nathan said he's on 8 in the league. Is he? No, he's 7.
Ram says, Schick from Bayern looks good. Sorry, guys. I think he may be the new Sabitzer. Mo scored. My dad said he should have passed, gave him the death stare.
You know what's funny? That's before what I did that madness.
That's what I did with Bobby, though, innit? At the weekend drift. I did that at Bobby, bro.
Yeah. No, but remember, if you can even go back, I actually wanted
Milner's on the edge of the box with his arms out.
Not even just that. When Firmino scored, you mean?
No, when Salah scored, Milner was on the edge of the box.
No, but remember, wasn't Firmino the guy I was shouting to pass to because I wanted Firmino to get his hat-trick? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Like, when Mo picked up the ball, I was like, give it back to Bobby. Bobby's not... Because I think Bobby was in a position where he could have maybe scored as well. But what do we know, eh?
That goal was special. Lisa says, I know this will not happen, But who would you like to be new owners? Imagine Elon Musk being our owner. Every player would get a Tesla each. Big up, guys. They probably have Teslas. I wouldn't be surprised if they already have Teslas.
Can I be very controversial and say I don't want an owner who don't give a shit about football? And as far as I'm aware, Elon doesn't care about football. It might go down the same road because he's only going to look at it in a business way. He's not going to look at it. And I heard he's a very harsh, strict businessman as well, who like a lot of people are like, they fall out of him because of how raggo he is. So like, I want an owner. That's why I tweeted out the other day. It must be a beautiful feeling to see your chairman and or your owner celebrating goals as a fan. Do you get what I'm saying? The way we do. Like the way you'll see Abramovich and the way you'll see forgive me for getting his name, the Leicester owner, and the way you watch those guys actually celebrate like a fan. I want that because then I know it means as much to them for us to be successful as it does to us. Do you know what I mean? Whereas these Elon Musk type guys, they're just going to be another, it's just a business. What do you mean I made a loss of 100 mil this year? No. Fix that. Like they're not going to look at it like, I don't care how much I lose as long as the team's winning. So for me, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't want any more people who just don't care about football. I want a football fan who owns the club, man. I do.
No, I agree. Boy, anything else you guys want to speak about before we head off?
Roll on tomorrow because it's a massive game. That's what I'm gonna say. Like, big game tomorrow.
Technically, win the game, and we might pretty much be able to say qualified.
Effectively, yeah. We probably only need a point from the remaining games.
For the remaining games, yeah.
Which
so it's a big game.
Lovely feeling.
Because
you win that game, you win the next game. The last two games, effectively, you can rest players and you can utilize your squad.
Big up Scoop for always remembering. Just Scoop to remember.
Yeah, Scoop, you're top, man. Don't worry about that, man.
No, bring it up. We can't be disingenuous just because man's doing a Bayern Munich. Scoop's moving to us like it's Bundesliga, you know, man's Bayern Munich, bro.
Give me a sec. I'll log into it and find it.
Oh yeah, Ian said the protest was supposed to touch on the protest.
I think we may save the protest until the preview for United game.
Yeah.
Because it's just rumors premature. I don't know. Let me see if I can pick up the league them.
Obviously, I wasn't a part of the preview. Big up you, man, for holding it up. Who did you put up front for the game tomorrow?
Same front. No, I think I said I'd go
Divock Origi, Mane, and Salah.
Okay, you let Origi play with the big boys, yeah? Okay. Another thing he never gets to do.
I got the thing. Hold on. Divock Origi, Mane, and Salah. I got it, Cap, on it.
Okay. So I've got Scoop is first on 576.
Is it?
Yeah,
I'm gonna make it bigger.
You can make it. I've got it in the background as well.
Yeah. Calm.
Klopp's all right in second place on 571. So it's not a whitewash. Tika Masala is on 570. So only 6 points separate the top three.
I'm never gonna lie. They're doing the Liverpool, Chelsea, and Man City up there.
Yeah. See, Lewis is Baron, in third place. Lewis Baron.
Klopp's Revenge Tour 556. 34 Liam is on 553, and the 12th man Ricky is on 551. Then you've got Fia Dixie, Selom is on 550. Then you've got Coppers Canal Singh on 549. Rory Nicholson in 9th place on 548. And then
Mark, is that you, bro? Is that you? Yeah, take it easy. Yeah,
I think Mark was 7th though. I think he's dropped down a bit still. I think he was 7th.
Still top 10 at the moment. So Mark.
Scroll up a second. No, let me see who's looking at those end of the season prizes at the moment. So it's Scoop, Lewis, and Dwight are the ones in the prize positions. Top three, because remember, top three win the prizes this year. Obviously,
that man are killing it right now.
Yeah, they're doing well still. Joan ain't that far behind though. He's not that far behind. He's only 16 behind. Not too bad. 14 behind. Behind Tika. Yeah, Lewis. So not too bad. But yeah, it's heating up nicely. It's heating up nicely. Scoop's going on away though. I'm
Yeah,
not
he
even
is.
gonna lie. Man's been
He-
top the whole time. Man, the chasing pack. Man just had
Yeah.
that grey dot next to his name from week 1. You know.
Yeah, he's Liverpool 1920. He's
Yeah,
Liverpool
yeah, he is.
For
He
real,
is.
facts.
Dennis said Salah to the Watford defense. Whose hands are these? Salah took liberties.
I said, whose hands are these? You know,
Salah took some liberties, boy. Nah, absolute world class. But look, people, we're gonna sign off there. We are gonna be.
Hold on. Sorry. Jammer just asked a quick question. Hold
on. Which owner actually spends money out of their own pocket, as Jifty alleges? Do you want to go for that, Drift?
Abramovich. I mean, there might be a stable machine now, but he's been there for 17 years. Am I right in believing it's 17 years that Abramovich has been there?
I'm gonna be real with you. So I had to do some work up at Chelsea FC Stadium last week, I believe it was, and
it must have stank.
It weren't nice. They knew from early I was a Liverpool fan, but they sort of took me around the stadium and stuff like that, and went into like the box and all those things. Abramovich, Chelsea fans owe a lot to Abramovich, you know, like more than you would believe, more than you can believe. Like they owe a lot, and the things he's trying to do as well for the stadium and the surrounding areas and all that. Yeah,
Jamro, let me tell you something, bro. Brother to brother. They might be a sustainable model now and for the last maybe 4 or 5 years, which to their credit, they managed to actually have a really good model that is very like self-sustaining. For the first 5 to 10 years, all Abramovich did is pump money into that club of his own pocket, 1000%. When he came in, I don't know if you was watching Chelsea back then, Jamrock, but 17 years ago, whenever it was when he first took over, 2002 or 3, roughly. So 18. He's been there a long time now. Shit, he's actually been there a very long time. When he first took over, Jamrock, he pumped a shit load of money, of his own money, into that club.
He's like still doing it. He's still doing it. As I said, I got to speak to people behind the scenes there. He's still doing it.
On the down low.
Not even on the down low. It's just
he is, bro.
I don't think I'm at liberty to really.
Are we sleeping on City? Sheikh Mansour's been pumping money into that club.
Yeah. But I just wanted to give one example because I knew there was a few. I mean, even at PSG, their owner uses their own money.
I'll put that this year. No disrespect.
There are clubs. There are clubs who the owner actually puts his own money in. There are.
No disrespect to Man City, but they will get a sponsor of whatever it is, and that sponsor will all of a sudden be worth 300 million. So you do the maths, people. Them man are spending their own money.
Has been there, yeah. Now they've just confirmed 2003.
Is spending their own money as well.
He's been there in those 18 years. Abramovich has been there. I'll say 10 of those years he used his own money.
Yeah.
Until they found a way to be self-sustaining. Apparently, he's actually owed over $1 billion. If he actually was to take back the money he's personally put into the
interest free as well. Then one there's interest free.
£1 billion he's putting of his own money. That's a joke. That's actually a joke. Like that's a joke.
Yeah. So precisely. If it weren't for Abramovich, God knows where Chelsea would be now.
If it wasn't for Abramovich, I don't even think the Premier League would be what it was, because it was almost like he was the one who set the pace for all the other owners to start buying up clubs. I think he was the first. I'm not saying it would have never happened, but he's definitely the trendsetter. That's for sure. Like all the Playboys saw how fun it was when he was just buying up the thing and Chelsea were just bracking out everyone and winning their thing. And they all went, I want a bit of that. Yeah, you know what? I want a bit of that. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, definitely.
Facts, yeah.
Indeed. People, not sure if we're gonna definitely do a watch along tomorrow, but if we do, make sure you check us out on socials and we'll keep you up to date with all of that stuff. We'll have a members video coming for you guys this week. We'll have some fun stuff with the Man United game on the horizon as well. We'll have like combined 11s, etc. So look out for that stuff as well. Thursday, you guys already know what it is. It is the guys, Aaron, KG, George, Lewis joining us on the Prem Panel show. And then Friday, you know what it is as well. Kopish Friday.
Send me that still. Send me.
And then Sunday, we'll be back for the watch along where we hopefully absolutely batter United, or they'll be crying for a protest. We will discuss that though in the preview for the game. So, Matt Drift, anything you want to say before we head off?
Roll on tomorrow, bro. I'm looking forward to it.
I want us to beat Man United, obviously, and we'll chop that up closer to the time. But is it the fourth Man United manager we get sacked if we do win that game? I'm Ollie in, you know. I'm really torn about this one.
I'm Ollie in.
I'm Ollie in, but I want to add him up.
I'm hearing rumours of Southgate, so I'm all right with that as well. Still.
Yeah, because you know what's mad, yeah?
A lot of
people were talking. I can't remember what channel I was watching, but people were talking, and basically, there's people that are saying that if Man United do get rid of Ollie, or one of the main reasons why Ollie's staying in the job is because they do actually want a yes man, and they know that there's going to be certain managers who will actually start spilling the beans and will actually and apparently Zidane and Conte and I think it was Allegri was the other one. Apparently they're the three managers they want to stay clear of because those are managers who won't have it and will actually do you get what I mean? So there's a little part of me that's actually thinking maybe Ollie going ain't the worst thing because they won't go for a manager who's of a certain level. But that could be, remember, that it's all hearsay, but it's Man United fans who were saying it and they probably know more than we do. So
you man can't see it, but the table's raising under me from hearing that news. Look where
you know what I'm saying?
Look where my hands are. It's not my hands, people. It's not my hands. So yes, let that happen, people. We'll you know
what I mean?
Ollie gets sacked today, getting Southgate. Oh,
not even just Southgate, Cal, but another manager who's of that kind of caliber where he'll kind of be quiet and not. Do you get what I mean? Whereas Zidane and them, man, they're not.
Get Scholesy. Go through the whole class of 92.
What if they gave it to Carrick?
Even better, bruv. Oh,
they might be grooming Carrick for the job behind the scenes.
Oh, lovely.
Look at man. How did you see that face?
Bro, if they get Carrick, I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, please.
You know what we said? Ollie's at the wheel. Bro, I don't even know what to even say to Carrick, fam. Like literally, that's a Ryan Mason thing there.
And
remember we went Google? Remember we went Google and we just searched for Ryan Mason and he was still in his
Tottenham kit, yeah.
But Bud didn't even have the suit on. Bro,
I know. Obviously, Monday show's not about the rivals, but I can't even wait till Thursday or Friday to say this. Do you remember when
Thursday?
Michael,
remind me then. But do you remember when I said Ronaldo? It was all gonna end in tears.
It was all a dream.
Do you remember when I said that?
It was all a dream.
Okay, and everyone said I was salty and I was hating. A 36-year-old ain't winning you the league. I don't care what his name is.
I don't know if it's to do with the age. It's to do with the type of player he is.
No, bro, I'm gonna be real. It's to do with the manager. To do the manager, because
no manager's getting Ronaldo pressing from the front and doing hard work.
100%. But if
Man City signed him, we're having a different conversation right now.
Yeah, because I'm
even starting to realize that even Guardiola might have had an issue with him. I'm watching him at Man United now. I'm thinking, pay that money though. Even Guardiola might have had an issue with how little Ronaldo does when he's not in front of the goal.
Bro, he's lazy.
Pep don't play those games, you know. I'm not joking.
No, but But here's the thing: if he gets Cristiano Ronaldo, he would kind of know what he's got. He'll be like, I know he ain't. He would know. I ain't got a pressing.
You mean like he adapted his game for Ibrahimovic?
No, that's a bit different, though. That's years back as well, though.
But we talk about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who got Cardiff relegated, who was at Mold, bro.
Oh! I'm not comparing what Guardiola would do as a job compared to Oli. But what I'm saying is, I think Pep would have got annoyed with Ronaldo's laziness.
You get annoyed with him, but he still gets a tune out of him in the tune.
Yeah, he'd get more out of him than Solskjaer. Yeah, I agree with that. But I still think he would have got frustrated with him. I think he would have been a bench player at City, if I'm being honest.
Solskjaer's not even
I think he would have been a bench player
in the Prem, you know. He's not even top 10, bro.
Not even top 10.
Man's got no credentials.
And just gets to the rave and waits till
Michael Carrick. No. This is the big man thing. Michael Carrick has probably more of a footballing understanding than Solskjaer. It's just that Michael Carrick doesn't probably have like the managerial kind of like, I know that charisma and maybe how to like manage the players like off the pitch. But if you're talking about tactically, bro, Michael Carrick understands the game better than Solskjaer.
Indeed.
It's not even a debate.
Who, sorry?
Solskjaer finished. Carrick. You know how I was laughing at Carrick, yeah? And this is how funny it is. Carrick, for me, understands the game better than Solskjaer. It's not even a debate. All it is that Solskjaer's popular, and that's what
I don't know if I'd go that far, but yeah, I can't. I get where you're going.
He's got no credentials.
Yeah, but it's Carrick though, isn't it?
No, but at least Carrick understands the game though, from a technical perspective.
Yeah, but we thought Arteta understood the game.
No, we didn't.
No, not like
Don't pass in that bracket, Drift. Don't pass in that bracket, bro.
Don't do that.
We never said that here, bro.
I mean the general public, but thought that Arteta had an understanding of the game.
Yeah, well, the general public were wrong, weren't they?
Indeed. We move. OG, only gonna Solskjaer in for life. My guy,
bro. You signed a new contract as well, bro. Perfect.
My brother.
Listen, I'm just saying. I'm not saying that Ronaldo's not going to score goals, because he will score goals. But that whole Ronaldo's a saviour thing, I told you it's going to end in tears. You can't come in at that age and just be the guy you've been for your whole career. It wasn't going to happen. Premier League defenders ain't having a bar of it. He don't press, he don't tackle, he don't do nothing. He's a goal hanger. He's actually a goal hanger. There's very few teams who play a system where they're allowing their striker to just be a goal hanger. See, when City buoyed up Chelsea, with Ronaldo on the team, they wouldn't have been able to do it. Because he wouldn't have been doing what Jesus was doing, and it will break down the whole system. It might even be a godsend, like how Sanchez was. Man United keeps bailing City out, taking these players.
Save it till Thursday.
We'll talk about it. We'll check it out Thursday.
Well, we all know what's coming on Thursday now, people. You know what's coming. As always, people, smash the like button if you haven't already. And until next show, stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kopish and we're out, people. Take care.
Peace.